I want to try to work in some of the principles from your book, but you've said a lot that insecurity is an asset. What exactly do you mean by that, and how might that idea play into how you're thinking about the housing market right now?
I've always been a worrier, and I've always been a worst case scenario kind of guy. In a lot of ways, that's bad. I think it's given me a level of stress, not crippling stress, but a level of stress that I look back and I'm like, I wish I would have been a little bit calmer. But I also think having a level of fear and a mild grade of paranoia in your financial life is a really healthy thing, just to keep you cognizant of how the world works, especially after you've been through a period when things are pretty good, when the stock market booms and crypto booms and everything's going pretty well. It's easy to just extrapolate that in the future and say, everything's going to be great. Extrapolate your career into the future and extrapolate your stock market winnings, just be like, everything's great. My paranoid personality has always been almost the opposite of like, when things are going good, that's when I'm like, everything's going to end tomorrow. And I think a low dose of that is actually really healthy, just to make sure that you're not being overextended, that you're aware of the risks that are out there. And so my quote unquote paranoia has meant that I've had very little, if any, debt and a pretty high level of cash relative to the rest of our assets. So that when something like March of 2020 rolls around and the world is bursting at the seams, it was scary for my wife and I, like everyone else, but I never felt like we were in any sort of financial jeopardy. And I think that is really important. If you understand like the power of compounding, it's returns to the power of time. So the exponent is time. What really matters and does all of the heavy lifting in compound interest is just how long you're doing it for. It's just time. So if you can stick around for a long period of time, you will do very well at investing in real estate and stocks, whatever it is. You need to ensure that you can survive all the crazy ups and downs to stick around for as long as you can and not get kicked out of the game. So that's why I think insecurity can be an asset. It's just, it pushes you closer to reality. There's this theory in psychology called depressive realism, which is that depressed people have a much more accurate view of the world than happy people. Depressed people understand how fragile the world is.
Finally a win for me.
They understand how fragile the world is. They understand that everything can break at a moment's notice. They understand that your loved ones might leave you. They might die. The people who are depressed have a much firmer grasp on reality than happy people that just see rainbows and kittens around every corner.